Hi, my name is Yvonne Coughlan. Join me in appreciating the majestic beauty and fascinating culture that makes great reasons to visit Ireland. My work as a director and producer brings me on fun adventures in gorgeous places where I always meet fabulous people. I love sharing the stories of my experiences. This trip features a week in Munster, starting with County Kerry. Donal O'Donoghue from the Gap of Dunloe Boat Tours took me on the boating adventure that leaves Rosscastle for the Three Lakes of Killarney.
One of the oldest boating tours in Ireland. It's over 250 years old. So it's amazing. We used to have wooden boats, now we switched to fiberglass. The tour is still just as good, if not better. 14 miles through the national park, 3 lakes, 2 rivers. We'll bring you all the way to the other side of the Purple Mountain there, sitting in the background with the clouds on top of it. This is the biggest lake that we have at the moment, we're sitting in at the moment. It's Logline, Lake of Learning or Lake of Teaching. 63 metres deep roughly, 5 miles by 3 miles. Once you go out and swing left there around the corner, everything is there for you. You're looking up at everything as a different perspective, and then if you go to Ladies View or any of the mountains, you look around, you're looking back at it again from a different angle, so it's a brilliant way to see the national park.
It's the stories as well as the boat trip that really makes this experience unmissable. I'm
the 5th generation to do the tour, and I'm the only one not to row it. All my dad and my uncles prior to me rowed it. I'm the only one not to, so it's really cool. It's handy that it's passed down from generation to generation.
Incredible for people though to turn up to the castle if they haven't been here before as well, and then have this full experience.
Oh, it's an amazing place, and some locals have never done the tour, so it's mind-blowing as well, Yeah. They've all been to Australia or somewhere, but they haven't been 5 minutes down the road.
After 90 minutes of laughter on the Gap of Dunloe boat tour, I went sightseeing in Killarney National Park, visited the famous Mucker's house and the stunning Torque waterfall. That evening, I had a delicious dinner with Eileen Finucane in Kitty's Seafood Bar and Grill, Killarney.
I know that there's a Kitty O'Shea's in Kinsale.
That's right.
And we know each other from there, but Kitty O'Shea's in Killarney, in Kerry. It's stunning. I mean, who was the interior designer?
I did it myself. I took into account the surroundings of beautiful Killarney. I went to Dingle, I went all over. So everything was originally Kerry based. They all tell a story. If someone asks me about where did you get that, I know exactly where everything came from. My head chef, Michelle, he's been associated with me and worked with me for 12 years.
Oh wow.
Michelle is actually from Mauritius. Said he puts his own Mauritian twist to all the dishes. Kevin actually makes the bread.
The restaurant manager makes the bread?
Yeah. He loves making the soda bread. We're one big happy family, and that's what makes us work. It's my passion. It is. I love serving people. I love making them happy, making them have the best night that they've ever had, the best meal that they've ever had. That's what I aim to do.
That was the end of a fabulous first day in Killarney. The next morning was Ballybunion, famous for stunning cliffs, sandy beaches and surfing. But I'm exploring a new experience for me at Ballybunion Golf Club.
So would you recommend this as a place to learn for someone like me who's never played but keeps thinking about it?
We've got 2 courses here. As you can see across the road, we're developing our new driving range with teaching bays and new target greens. So that will actually help any beginner, and there's a good social scene. I'd encourage anyone to take up the game. I started playing golf at 14 when I became a member here, and my whole life was, when am I going to get back to playing golf in Ballybunion? So the opportunity came up to be the manager here, so then I said, well, why not try and marry the 2 passions.
So what's the size of the membership?
We've 2,500 people are members in Ballybunion with 700 overseas members.
Tell us about some of the famous people that have come here.
None so more famous than Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods, who visited here last month. It was a thrill for the visitors that were here in the day to be asked to step aside for Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods to come to play through. So I suppose that'll just highlight the attraction of Ballybunion when, of all the courses in the region, the Tiger and Rory will pick Ballybunion to come and play.
An 80-minute scenic drive from Ballybunion brought me to Dingle for lunch with Micheál at the Fish Box. I love the story behind this place.
My great-grandfather was a fisherman, my grandfather was a fisherman, my father was a fisherman, and now my eldest brother is a fisherman. And my mom is a chef and my dad is a fisherman. We've just mashed them together here. So what we have is we're using the fish from the trawler and we're combining that with the best of the local produce, and that's here on the Dingle Peninsula. to try and create something special. So I think that story alone is worth giving the fish box a chance.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely.
Dingle is about the people always, heritage and history, and Dingle is just a really, really special place. And I think that people who go travelling that came here would form some sort of special piece of the relationship. I just think that Dingle has a bit of magic.
For a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Kerry, I recommend you take a look at the beautiful jewellery of Brian de Stack for the perfect once-in-a-millennium keepsake. I was delighted to speak with local legends Maurice and Brian.
It's a beautiful place. It's one of the most beautiful parts of the world. Its culture is an ancient culture still. It's still the same as it was for thousands of years.
We live in the Gaeltacht. Irish is our first language, and you will experience an ambience here that no place else in Ireland has.
We met like all true good Irish romances in a pub. It was love at first sight for me anyway. We have a good relationship, but my dear Maurice keeps me on my toes, and I try to obey her.
His first piece of jewellery that sold in 1981 was a piece of our personalised Ohm collection.
Ohm is a fascinating part of history here. Most of the stones are in the southwest of Ireland, mostly in Kerry.
Ohm is a very old language, but he was the first person that thought, oh, we could put this on a piece of jewellery.
When we walked in the door, the first thing we see is this beautiful piece that you're wearing now.
It's called Carrigdubh, which means a black stone, and it's a black stone from this area.
I discovered that it was 188 million years old.
And he kept working at it and working at it until he made it into a gemstone.
I'm very happy with the shape I use at the moment. We call them pillars of Carrigdubh.
And what does it say?
It says Gra, which means love.
Ireland is famous for rain, but today the weather is gorgeous. So I'm walking from the Brian de Stack workshop to Dingle Distillery to speak with the master distiller.
For me, one thing that's unique about Kerry is the weather that we get. It's so refreshing. You know, we're standing here in lovely sunshine. Half an hour ago we would have been soaked to the skin. So I think you just come to Kerry and embrace everything about it.
Why should people visit Dingle?
It is kind of unique. It's on the Dingle Peninsula, which you've driven along and you've realised that it's not a 5-minute journey from anywhere else in Ireland. So you get to see a bit of Ireland that probably you would have experienced 20 or 30 years ago.
When people have had the experience and they're telling other people about it, what do you hope they're saying?
I just hope they remember the whole thing, and by that I don't mean just the tour of the distillery. Hopefully you take your experience of Dingle and Kerry away with you, and that's got a little part in your heart that you hang on to. And if you are going to choose a whisky in the future, hopefully one of the times you choose is Dingle.
Dingle Distillery has heart. You can taste it in the luscious spirits. A Dingle G&T is the perfect aperitif before dinner at the Boatyard restaurant.
I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy having a bit of fun with them, having a laugh. Just the simplest little things, just opening a bottle of wine and asking them where they're from, or are you enjoying the rain? That's all it is. It's just to make them feel welcome, make them feel at home.
Just come in, have a laugh, enjoy some great food and get some great service.
At the moment I've got a great team in the kitchen. Quality of the food, the preparation of the fish, top-notch chefs, top-notch staff. It's just quality of the product. Why would you come to the Boatyard? Atmosphere, a bit of fun. You can have the banter with the staff. They'll have a laugh back at you. There's a huge emphasis on local produce. Beer, fish, meat. We do hospitality well.
The crack is always mighty with Gavin at the Boatyard restaurant in Dingle, but I'm off to Tralee, 1 hour's drive to Clodagh at Barrow Lodge.
How old is the building?
The majority of the house is 400 years old, which is quite something. The first time we walked in there, Niall and I both got a feeling there was somebody there. Yeah, and when we came back out, I turned to him and I said, I think somebody was in there with us, and he said, I got the exact same feeling. It's actually a feeling of, oh, I've got a friend here with me, and it's lovely. I think we have a ghost, but a ghost kind of almost is the wrong word to put on it. I think we have a friend. We know we're very lucky to live this close to the sea and this close to Mother Nature is something special.
To start my final day in Kerry, it was a golfing adventure, only minutes away at Tralee Golf Course, where I had the pleasure of meeting head professional David Power.
How long have you been here?
So I'm here 23 years, yeah. Growing up in London, used to play a lot of football and then all sports mad, and my dad got me into a little bit of pitch and putt and golf, and once I started getting a taste for it, I just got really addicted to it.
Give me one good reason why people should come and visit Tralee.
But basically because we've got this world-class golf course, you've got so much to see. I mean, you've got the Wild Atlantic Way, you can go into the town and talk to a stranger in there, inside in the bars, everybody's friendly, they look after you. All the kids that grow up that are members here caddy. And so the great thing for them is that they're able to earn money towards their college from the visiting tourists and stuff, which is a great benefit. So yeah, it would be very much embedded in the community, yeah. We've got some amazing golf holes out there. Some of the names will give a little bit of a clue to how tough they are. We have Shipwreck, which is number 16. And really the golf course is just a blend of two different nines, but two amazingly sort of scenic nines. So one is a little flatter, and one climbs up through the sand dunes, and really different and wild, and I think then when you add the wind in, a proper challenge for everyone.
The famous Rose of Tralee Festival has given me years of fun-filled escapades, but as the sun was declining this time, I visited Jamie Stevenson Hamilton and Colin Wong at Emerald Outdoors in Kenmare. That's where you go for a magical journey around historic Kenmare Bay. You might see a colony of curious seals if you choose a day tour, but I'm all for a nighttime visit to view mystical sparks of bioluminescence. Whichever you choose, you won't be disappointed with a unique guided tour from Emerald Outdoors. This was 3 days in the kingdom, but if you haven't been before, I advise you to spend a week or more in Kerry. Immerse yourself. Have your party piece ready for the pub and enjoy a smile and a chat wherever you go. This place is magic.